Yo, what's going on, guys? Mush back at it with another video. Wanna cover a really big free Steam game demo that just dropped, and it's a game that I am incredibly excited for. However, the demo does cause a little bit of a cause for concern, so that's a little bit of a bummer. Also, one of the more recent releases that was really well received. Love the game myself. Space Marine 2 patch 3.0 has just dropped. A big new feature added as a part of that update. We'll talk that at the end of this video. But right off the top, Metaphor ReFantazio has gotten a prologue demo. I have the demo downloaded myself, haven't played it yet. Incredibly excited to check it out. I've heard the demo can be around 3 to 4 hours long, so it's a sizable demo, but also keep in mind that this is a game that is done by the creators of Persona, and the game is gonna be, you know, a 50, 70, 80-hour JRPG. It's gonna be a lengthy game. Looks fantastic. One of my most anticipated games for the rest of the year, and it's coming out the same day as Dragon Ball Sparking Zero. Why do y'all gotta do this to me? I am going to be... it's gonna be absolute chaos trying to play that, trying to play Sparking Zero, Metaphor, and Sparking Zero. If you're into Diablo 4, Vessel of Hatred comes out the same day as these two titles as well, I believe. So, gonna be chaos as far as that's concerned. The demo... Unfortunately, it is being noted that there are quite a few performance issues with the game. And when you look at the game, like, I really like the Persona games from an art style standpoint, and I love Metaphor from an art style standpoint. I think it's got a really cool presentation style. However, it's not like this game is a technical juggernaut, and it should be something incredibly difficult to run. If you look at the system requirements, recommended is an NVIDIA GeForce GTX 970 or an AMD Radeon RX 480 or an ARC A380. Like, the RX 480 and 970, those are fairly old GPUs. Like, we're talking 2014, 2015 GPUs, if I remember correctly. So legitimately a decade old. And that's for 1080p 60 FPS. And in this case, like, I don't have that big of a problem with Metaphor having 2 tiers of system requirements, because this is a game that you would think would not be too difficult to run. Like, bro, a 970 being recommended, 1080p and 60 FPS, I'll piece together what I know about just that information, and we could extrapolate it into what it would be for 1440p and 4K. In the case of Monster Hunter Wilds, it's a totally different ballgame, where that game's going to be a challenging game to run, and why do we only have 2 tiers of system requirements for that? As we talked about yesterday, but again, a lot of people are saying in the Steam review section, runs terribly. Somebody said with the 4080, 5900X and 32 gigabytes, 45 FPS at 1440p. Just to let you guys know, a 4080 is considerably orders of magnitude. I cannot even quantify how much more powerful a 4080 is than a 970, but we are talking worlds, galaxies, universes apart in terms of raw GPU performance, and they're talking about a 970 should be able to get 1080p at 60 FPS, but this user on Steam is saying that with a 4080, they are getting 1440p resolution and 45 frames per second. Yes, 1440p more demanding than 1080p. However, a 4080 is, let's just say, light years apart from the 970 in terms of raw GPU performance. It should be able to handle 4K gaming with Metaphor. No problem at 9 million FPS. Alright, 9 million FPS is a little bit of a stretch, but you get the idea. Another user, performance is insanely terrible and inexcusable for a game of this caliber, owing to the game only using 1 CPU core, which leads to very low utilization of both the CPU and GPU. I've tried this on my Steam Deck, PC, and PlayStation 5. All run terribly. Steam Deck drops to 22 frames per second when you get to the first field. My PC, Ryzen 5600X, 2070S, and 2070S, again, orders of magnitude better than the 970. Not quite a 4080, but still orders of magnitude better than a 970. Can barely crack 60 no matter what I do. It's in its terrible options menu. Even dropping the resolution as much as possible did not move that needle that much. PS5 looks to be 1080p with around high 40 FPS in the city. This is insanely inexcusable for how the game looks. And yeah, that's definitely the case. Like, again, I like the art style for this game, but this is one of those games that artistically looks good, and I like the style of the game. Stylization and raw technical prowess, 2 completely different things. I think Ori and the Blind Forest artistically looks fantastic. a 4080 is not going to struggle running Ori in the Blind Forest. That's just the reality, and that's because Ori's art style is incredibly captivating. I would say Metaphor's art style is quite nice, and I like the thematics to the game. However, this is something that is inexcusable in terms of raw performance. Now, at the end of the day, you know, JRPG fans gonna be JRPG fans, and I'm gonna play the game regardless, and lackluster performance in a JRPG isn't the end of the world, and I'm not trying to excuse issues with the game, because this is, again, inexcusable, but JRPGs and performance, especially you look at some of the Square Enix outings, they haven't always gone hand-to-hand with PC in terms of, let's just say, optimization. And in this case, it looks like issues are persisting in the PlayStation 5 version of the game as well. And again, just stuff that really should be ironed out and unfortunate. Try out the demo for yourself. If you guys have any feedback, again, I downloaded the demo, have it downloaded right now, gonna play it, gonna talk about this game leading into its release, incredibly excited about it. Issue is, demo is like 60 gigabytes. I know that the save data transfers over to the full game. However, I believe you have to reinstall the game again when the full game drops, so that's a little bit of a bummer, but what can you do? Still excited for the game, but the technical issues at this level are very much an issue. Also, I should mention that if you do want to pick up Metaphor ReFantazio for yourself, 10% off over at our good friends at Green Man Gaming. It is going to be a $70 release, $63 over there. You'll get a Steam key, no tax either, so definitely going to be promoting that quite a bit. A pre-purchase available, and the game itself is out October 11th, I believe. Yes, October 11th. So check that out. Moving on from that, do want to quickly note Warhammer Space Marine 2 has dropped patch 3.0, a major patch for Space Marine 2. The newest patch for Warhammer 40k Space Marine 2 is now live, packed with new features, and yes, it brings ultra-wide support, and yes, it adds private lobbies and operations mode. Two big features that people have wanted, but that's not all. There's a new sparring arena in the Battle Barge available while in operations for Eternal War mode. This brand new area is accessible directly from the launch bay. Once there, you'll be given your weapons and grenades as if you were in a PvP match and allowed to spar it out with your battle brothers ahead of your next mission. We've also introduced the option to reset custom armor and color presets by replacing them with default ones instantly. You can find the complete list of improvements and changes below. And again, you can go to the Focus Together page if you want to give them feedback as far as what they're changing with this. So a lot of refinements, a lot of improvements. They also do note difficulty adjustments, enemy aggressiveness on veteran difficulty and campaign decrease for better single-player experience, and players' health on veteran difficulty is slightly reduced to compensate for AI aggressiveness and armor management updates. So yeah, check it out for yourself. Space Marine 2 is a game that I really enjoyed. Very short campaign. Again, Focus did send me a copy of the game, and I didn't spend, you know, $60 or $100 on it for whatever edition you bought. But sometimes, again, a shorter campaign is what I like to go into, because we're gonna be playing games like Metaphor, we're gonna be playing games like Dragon Age Veilguard, we're gonna be playing all of these games that are going to be significant time sinks. Final Fantasy 16, God of War Ragnarok. Sometimes it's good to have a Space Marine 2, a Disney's Epic Mickey Rebrush that's a little bit shorter scale of an experience. In Space Marine 2, a lot of replayability from the operations, from the Eternal War, and the updates that are to come with the game. So, you know, I think this pushback on the campaign length, a little bit unfounded, but, you know, I understand people's rhetoric, especially because these days there are a lot of people that go into a game just for the campaign component and aren't messing around with the multiplayer component, but Space Marine 2 gets its longevity from the added modes. But that'll do it for me. Again, Metaphor ReFantazio. Check out the free demo for yourself. It's a massive demo and a huge one. All JRPG fans should check out. Unfortunate about the performance issues. If you do want to buy the game, get it a little bit cheaper over at Green Man Gaming. And Warhammer 40k Space Marine 2 gets patch 3.0. Check that out if you have yet to play it. Might be one to consider picking it up, but if you do want to wait for a discount, I totally understand, and that's totally valid as well. But that'll do it for me. All of your thoughts down below. As always, guys, thanks for watching. I will catch you guys in the next one. Peace out. Hey, what's going on, guys? Mush here again. Hope you enjoyed the video. As you guys might know, YouTube's notification system is sometimes a little bit wonky, even if you're subscribed to the channel. Maybe you're not abundantly aware that I uploaded a video. To remedy that situation, make sure you hit the bell notification button. This way, whenever I upload a new video, and I try to upload as consistently as possible, you will be notified directly of the upload, and you can watch it as soon as it goes live. I would really appreciate if you guys hit that button so you can stay up to date with all of the content I'm posting. But as always, guys, thanks for watching, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace out.